Happy Friday Eve, everybody. I hope everybody is doing good today. I wanted to check in to do a little quick mental health check. I personally I'm doing okay. I had to do a little worship, listen to My God is Awesome or Awesome, and just realizing that He has literally covered me through everything that I have been going through. He has guided me through the process as much as I felt like I have not been guided or I feel like I have not been able to hear His voice. He has really had His hand on me, my situation and my circumstances. And if you guys are going through something where you feel that you can't hear God or you can't feel His presence or you just need to need guidance in the circumstance or situation that you're going through, just know that He has you. And if you are feeling the pressure of something or if you are feeling like everything is going wrong, just wait for everything to go right. And I assure you, it'll come to pass. Something is happening to where you are learning from this situation. And I saw a post or a TikTok where a girl was saying how in corporate America she just feels like she's always too passionate or she's too bold or she's too aggressive, and she's just like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what I love what I do. I love my job. And I simply told her, like, in this season, God is trying to teach you something. And I'm experiencing this in real time. And it's very hard to feel like there's a teaching moment in a situation where you just wake up every morning and you don't want to clock in to work, or you don't want to do that thing that's causing you heartache or causing you pain or anxiety. And those are the times where we really got to pay attention to what God is trying to tell us, what God is trying to teach us, even if we don't want to hear it, even if we don't want to, we feel like why am I learning this lesson? Like, why are you putting me through all of this? There's a reason. And I'm learning this daily. And then I also saw a TikTok where people always rave about, oh, I'm growing this year. This is my season and all that good stuff. But she made a point about, what about the dying part of the season? Like, people don't talk about it, and people don't mention how much death comes when you are growing into something. It's just like during the winter when plants die, and some of those plants, they come back, and you get those small little baby bud leaves coming out, and you're growing. But it took a moment of death, a moment of transition for you to get to that point. And it's very hard for us to realize, like, that's something that we have to go through. It's very hard for us to understand that God sometimes puts us in those situations. And I'm just a strong believer of, hold on. I'm just a strong believer that He does bring us through things, or bring us to things to bring us through them. And I think if we have faith and we believe that He'll get us through whatever it is that we're going through, we can do it with ease. Um, and just allow, come on, y'all. I had to let my dogs in. Come on. And just allow those moments to be good teaching moments for you, for the people around you, and use that testimony to really um, to help other people. I always say this on my podcast. Get over here. Come on. I always say this on my podcast, that we're here to help learn and grow other people by sharing our testimonies. And I strongly believe once we understand that's what we're here for and that's what we're supposed to be doing, a lot of things would make sense for us. Like, your story isn't just your story. Your story may be somebody else's story, and you may be able to help somebody along the way. And I just really firmly believe that once we get to that point and once we understand that just because, we're having a good season doesn't mean that bad seasons won't come. And I hope, my podcast and the episodes that I share and my testimony and the things that um, I bring in my authenticness and my rawness, I really hope that it does help somebody in their journey of finding their purpose or whatever it is that they're going through. I really do hope that it sits with somebody, that it helps somebody get to where they need to be. I did just drop a new episode about appreciating your season, appreciating the growth, appreciating the lessons, and I'm still doing that myself. I'm still trying to appreciate the hard times that I'm going through and learn the lessons that I need to learn, and really just accept my season, accept the death of the old and walking into the new. And it's very hard. It's not easy. Walking with God is not easy. Keeping your faith is not easy. Believing everything is gonna be okay when shit is just really bad is not easy. So I really encourage you to to know those things, accept those things, but to also have just a little faith, because the faith of a mustard seed can go a long way. Just have a little faith that everything is going to be okay. Hold on, I gotta clock back in to work. One moment. I'm clocking into a job that I don't even want to clock into. To be perfectly honest, I would prefer to not. And it's just crazy because like the job that I work for, or the company that I work for, is a very prestigious company, and anybody would be blessed or grateful to. And I'm grateful for the job. I just don't like the people. I truly don't. And I don't know if God is trying to tell me like, hey, you this is a season for you to learn how to deal with people that you don't kind of mesh well with. And I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do it, and I'm trying. I I don't know. It's very hard. And I always talk about, trying to learn to love God's people, because we all snap on each other. We all have shit to say, and sometimes it's not nice. And learning to love on each other, learning to really give people grace and meet them where they are is a challenge, but it's something that we all need to think about doing, because honestly, people in your life, in your seasons, there are people that give you grace. There are people who meet you where you are. There are people who excuse your bad attitude or excuse your faults and give you grace, because somewhere in their mind or in their life, God put it on them to say, "Hey, this not who they are. Be less of." God told me this in another episode. Be less of you and more of me, and it's very hard to do that, especially when you built this habit around being this person, or you built these walls around people that you don't trust, or because people have done you bad, or whatever the case may be. You truly just you have this wall built, so you treat people how you were once treated, and that's not really fair. And you really don't know what type of bridges you're burning because you're doing it. So I really just really encourage you to give people grace, meet people halfway. And when you extend grace to people and they still are not kind of receiving that, pray to God and ask him like, Lord, I know you put me in this situation. You connected me with this person. How do I navigate this? Because if it's me, I'm gonna navigate it with, you got me wrong, you got me up. I'm trying my best not to curse, y'all, but I do curse. As much as I love God, I do curse, and I'm working on me. So don't condemn me for it. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to come on here and really just express how I felt today, because as much as I try to encourage people, I don't always have the best of days. I don't always have um, the best encouragement to give to people. And I think that's okay. I think putting so much pressure on myself to be this motivational speaker and saying that I have all the answers, I don't. I have a testimony. And I have experience where that I want to share my lessons that I've learned. But for anybody to come on here and to tell you that they have all the answers and that they aren't still trying to find their purpose, or that they aren't still going through the journey of finding God, of finding who they truly are, they're lying to you. And have discernment about the people who you allow to instill knowledge into you. Have discernment about hell, even the churches that you go to. If y'all see the stuff on the internet, it's a lot of these preachers and these churches are just, I wouldn't want to be a part of it. So I encourage you to really pray for discernment in this season, in this world right now, where we all are experiencing inflation, we're experiencing the stuff on the news, and just really be cautious about who you let in your circle. Be cautious about who you allow close to your heart, your soul, your energy, because soul swapping, energy swapping, that shit is real. And people will drain you of all of your source of energy that God put into you to use for good. And when people start sucking energy away from you, that means it's time for you to really set boundaries. And it's okay to set boundaries for people, especially when all they do is come to you with negativity. Just like this job that I'm at, all I feel like since I started this job, it's always negative, always negative. So now I'm setting boundaries for myself I'm trying to not take things personal. I'm trying to go to God and speak to him and ask him, what do you want me to do? Because this close to put in my 2 weeks notice, but I feel like God has put me here for a reason. And if you feel like God has put you somewhere for a reason and you are questioning those reasons, I encourage you to keep questioning, because somewhere down the line, the answer will be brought to you and he will give you clarity on what you need to do. But I always say go to him first. And I say that for myself because sometimes I make decisions without going to him first. I make decisions based off of my emotions. And being someone who has anxiety, who experiences depression and has ADHD, um, we are very emotion driven. And sometimes our emotions aren't the way that we should respond. So I am going to get back to work. I'm going to try to make the best out of today. And I hope that you guys make the best out of today. And I encourage you to lean on God. I encourage you to give grace to those and do an act of kindness for somebody. Give grace to those that you feel like don't deserve it, because you never know what you could do to change somebody's outlook on their day or even on their life. So, my name is Racquel, and I'm the host of the Let's Talk About It podcast. And I hope my words today have encouraged you in ways that maybe you didn't wake up feeling. So, thank you for watching. Bye.